Hi, this is Kathy with Craft with Kathy. Thanks for joining me today. I hope everyone's doing well. Why don't you take a moment and comment below. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm coming at you from the suburbs of Chicago. We finally have some decent weather around here. It's actually passed up above 60, so it's like, hey, maybe spring's really on its way. What I want to work on today, what I actually want to make is a piece of home decor using this transfer that is called Always Flowers. I love the sentiment, and I think the flowers and the leaves are so beautiful, and the birds are just absolutely amazing. To me, this screams springtime and happiness and joy, and I think that's a lot. We could all use a lot more of that right now with everything that's going on in the world. So, without further ado, this is the transfer. I'm going to be working this way just because this is a rather large transfer. And before I get started, I need to actually take it off of its backer. I've already labeled the backer with the name of it so that I know that this backer goes to this particular transfer, but also that I know which side of the backer gets attached to the sticky side. Our transfers are sticky. They have reusable adhesive, and one side of the backer is shiny and the other that I've labeled is dull. So I know when I'm done cleaning this transfer and I need to put it back on its backer, it'll be easy for me to determine which is the shiny side and not inadvertently put it on the side that I've labeled with the name of the transfer. So I'm removing this transfer from its backing sheet, and then I'm going to lay it down on actually two. Probably could have fit it on one, but I'm doing it on two of our fuzzing cloths. And our fuzzing cloths are to deliberately apply fuzz to the back of the transfer. The idea behind it is our transfers are reusable 8 to 12 times with proper care. So the idea behind putting fuzz or lint on the back of your transfer is so that it does not stick as strongly to the surface that you're going to apply it on. You want it to stick snugly enough that your chalk goes through the silkscreen or the clear parts of the transfer. Our transfers are made of vinyl, which is the teal, and the clear, which is silkscreen. But you want to be able to, when you're done applying the chalk and it goes through the silkscreen mesh, you want to be able to lift it from the surface without damaging the transfer. You don't want to stretch or pull it. So I usually, when I'm working on chalkboard, I usually fuzz my transfer 3 to 5 times depending upon the surface. If you are applying your transfer to glass or metal, you want to fuzz it more because it will stick very strongly to glass or metal or mirror. But I'm going to be doing this on a chalkboard, so I think I'm fine with as much as I've fuzzed it already. This is the surface that I'm going to be using. This is our Odette board. It's a beautiful chalkboard surface. This is a white background. Smudge on my surface, so I'm just going to clean it with some distilled water and the other side of my fuzzing cloth. The side of the fuzzing cloth that I use to fuzz the transfers is like a terry cloth, and the side that I'm using right now is like a microfiber. And that helps with getting any residual paste off when you're reusing the transfer or any smudges or anything. Okay. So I want to take care when I'm removing my transfer from my fuzzing cloth that I don't end up with the adhesive side sticking to another part of the adhesive. That could be challenging. If that happens, you want to run it under lukewarm water or cool water and gently pry it apart. You don't want to pull or tug, gently nudge it apart is really a better description for it. Because our transfers with the silkscreen are like fabric. If you pull it on the diagonal, you run the risk of stretching or distorting the transfer. So you always want to lift left to right or top to bottom. And I think this is going to fit in here perfectly. I just want to, there we go. Make sure I have it where I want, oops, where I want from top to bottom. Me lift and reapply one more time here. There, I think that goes well. I don't know if I want to lift it up a little bit more. I think I want to move it up a little bit because my flowers are really hitting too close to the frame down here. So sometimes it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of eyeballing where you really want something to be. Trying to decide how you want it to look. And go from there. I think this is good. Now when I lay down the transfer, I want to make sure that there are no air bubbles and that the transfer fits nice and snugly to the surface. And I usually smooth out my transfer with my fingers, feeling for any air bubbles. Sometimes it's easier to feel than see them. I felt something here. Nope. I think it's, oh, what am I feeling? If I have air bubble in the silks, in the teal part, that's fine because the chalk is not going through that. And I do have a little bump here, right here, but it's in the teal, so that's fine. It won't affect anything. Let me take a second and eyeball it. I have another little air bubble right here. Oops, you know what I bet that is? I bet that's fuzz. Oops, a little piece of chalk or something under my transfer. Okay, I'll get that out of the way. I wonder what I have on this side. Let me take a little peek here. Another little piece of chalk or crumbles or something here that I've gotten. Okay, so let me check it out one more time. Feels good. Looks good. Okay. So I'm going to use the peel and paste method to do this. And I'm going to start with my leaves first, I think. And I'm going to use two different colored greens. I'm going to use sage and meadow. And I've already stirred these and made sure that they're the proper consistency of between a yogurt and a sour cream. If your paste is too thick, all you need to do is spritz it with a little bit of distilled water and stir it to thin it down. If you inadvertently put too much water in your jar, then all you need to do is leave the top off a little bit and let it dry out some, and it will thicken back up. Okay, let's see how this is going to turn out because I want a combo of colors and I want to blend them a little bit. And I think I'm going to use my finger to do that a bit. I do not want to inadvertently get the meadow paste on this, my little stir stick. I don't want to mix it up because I don't want to put it back in my sage with the other color green on it, so I have to be a little bit careful there. And I'm going to lightly spray my fingers with distilled water, and I'm going to actually blend this a little bit before I use my squeegee to wipe off the chalk. And now all I need is a paper towel to clean my fingers a bit. Good to have a roll of paper towels nearby. Okay. I think I need a small squeegee. This is a squeegee I actually cut into pieces to get up here at the top of the stem without going into my flower. There we go. I probably don't have this at the best angle for me. And I think that's it with any of my tight areas here. Okay, put that aside. Use a bit bigger squeegee to clean off the excess. Smooth that out and clean off the excess. Normally I would remove the excess and put it back in my, you know what, I would put it back in my jar. Actually, I could use this on my other leaf somewhere else. A little bit of chalk paste goes a long way, but when I'm using multiple colors together, I can't return it back to the jar because obviously it's a made up color. So I've smoothed it out. I'm removing the excess now, making sure there aren't any lines or anything. And I'm going to actually lift this. See, I said don't lift from the edge, and here I just did it. I'm going to lift this gently. This is the peel and paste method, where I paste and then I peel up. I think that looks pretty good. I think it'll look nice when it's dry. I'm going to come over here. I'm torn before, do I do the flowers or I do the leaves? I think I'm going to do the flowers so that I can lift more of it up. I have to work a little quickly before my paste though dries on my other leaves over here. Maybe I'll wait on the flowers and just work on the leaves here then. Get all the leaves done before I lift up. Okay, again, I'm going to spritz my fingers gently with a little bit of water and smooth that paste a little bit, or blend my colors a little bit here before I hit it with the squeegee. Just you have to remember what finger's working on what color, right? Oops, that one I made a mistake on, but I think it'll still be fine. Okay. Yeah, this was starting to dry a little bit. I need a teeny little squeegee. Here we go. To get in here by the top of the stems again. Now let me remove any excess. This is a little bit more of an ambitious project than I normally work on. So I'll admit I'm a little apprehensive. I missed the green here. You can see I didn't get enough chalk paste going through that. So let me go over that one leaf again. Okay. So I'm using the corner to gain purchase, but I'm actually pulling from the side. Well, that looks good. Only thing is I see a little water from my wet finger that actually went through. Let me clean that up. Oop, I did the same thing here. Okay, good thing it's water soluble and easy to fix. So I'm going to let that dry for a moment. Same with over here. And it looks like I just smeared that. Okay, live and learn. I didn't really let that dry before I set it back down. So I might have to redo that area. Yeah, I think I did. I pulled up a little paste here. Let me see if I could remedy it by cleaning it off right now, and if I could reuse the transfer, or if I have to clean it and take a second pass. See how easy it comes off? So if you tire of your design and you want to use your board for something else, you can do it very quickly. I'm going to push this back down. See if I can, oops, re-chalk it. I don't know, I might have enough chalk paste stuck in the silk screen that it is an issue. We'll see. If you're new to chalking and would like to try a small project, this is the perfect time to check out our Try Me kits. We have 4 different kits. 2 of them are $19.16. The other 2 are $20.76. They include a surface, individual paste packets to make your beautiful creation, and a reusable transfer. Great way to try it out and see what you think. I will actually post in the comments the link to the website to see the Try Me kits. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I'm happy to answer questions at any time. Chalking is my escape. It lets me express my creativity, relax, clear my mind, and just get away from things when you need to get away from them. It's simple, doesn't require a lot of tools. Quick, I could finish a project usually in less than an hour. Simple, and offers a lot of variety. I just absolutely love it. Oh well, it was worth the try here. No. Okay, did the same thing. So basically here I'm going to need to come back and after I clean my transfer, fix that area up because I waited too long and my chalk paste dried in the transfer. Live and learn. Good example to show you what not to do and show you how to recover when you make a mistake. No big deal. It's just chalk paste. Seriously, if you could butter toast, you could chalk. Get my fingers cleaned up a bit here. Okay, so I'm going to put this back down and I'm going to come back and hit the flowers though. Make sure I've got this down nicely. Look at here, I forgot a little leaf. I'm going to have to come back with that. Okay, so let me cover these pastes a little bit. And I think I'm going to use the Marvelous, which is this beautiful, beautiful pinky that I just absolutely love. And let's see, I need a squeegee. Sorry, squeegee needs a little cleaning here. Okay. Just dipping my squeegee into the marvelous and hitting these beautiful little flowers. Grab a little bit more paste. Pretty, don't you think? I'm going to let this dry a minute before I go on with the rest of it. And do a little bit of cleanup. I'll remove this while I wait for the rest to dry. Cleanup of our transfers is very easy. All I really do is usually put them in a water bath or run them under the faucet depending upon the size. This transfer is a little bit too large for my water bath. Dang, I just went right into that flower. Okay, let me clean that one off. And then after removing the chalk, I wipe it down with a Lysol Clorox disinfecting wipe. First, the side that I chalk on. to make sure I have all the chalk off. And then the back. And when I do the back with the Clorox wipe, I'm removing any of the lint and basically rejuvenating the adhesive of the transfer. And that's all there is to it. You put it aside to dry, put its back around when it's dry, and it's ready for the next use. So I'm just cleaning up the area that I'm going to redo when I lay the transfer back down after I've cleaned it. And I'm wondering what color would look best for the text. I was actually thinking possibly that Blue Jay blue, but maybe a gold shimmer paste would look better. I think the gold shimmer would look very nice in the center of this frame for the wording. Just need to add a little bit of distilled water to my gold shimmer paste to get it to be the proper consistency. back to the leaves. I suppose I could have made it a lot easier on myself with just going with one color green. I think the sage would have been nice instead of trying to blend them. It would have been probably much easier. Oh, I think the gold was the right thing for the letters. Most definitely. I really like how that looks, and actually I like the leaves in this color. I think the blending is good. Whoa, I need to do a little bit of fix on my gold here, but I could do that when I lay it back down. Okay, the bird. What color to do the bird in? I was actually thinking of this blue jay, but I want a little bit of difference in color, a little light and dark. So maybe the blue jay and this cool breeze, they're not quite the same shade. Let me see what else I've got. Ooh, I think I know what. Maybe a little ocean mist in blue jay. Oops, wrong jar, sorry. Maybe, yes, no, maybe, what do you think? Here I'm going to be mixing a paste, right? Let me clean up my squeegees a little bit here while I let this dry just a minute or two more. And let's see. I think I want to do I don't know if I want to do the leaves first. Maybe I should do the leaves first and then hit for the leaves and no, I don't know, the leaves and or the branches, the leaves and the flowers, and then hit the birds last. Okay, let me just put this aside for a second and do a little bit more cleanup. If you'd like a little bundle of creativity showing up on your doorstep every month, consider Club Couture. For just $19.99 US or $26.99 Canadian per month, you'll receive one exclusive B-size transfer that's 8.5 by 11 inches, 3 coordinating individual paste singles, and video and written instructions to complete the project. All kits come with free shipping. Club Couture transfers are exclusive to club members and designers. They're just absolutely fun in a box. I'm just continuing working on the leaves and the flowers, using the same combo of chalk paste, the sage and the meadow for the greens, and then the marvelous for the flowers at the bottom of the transfer. It's funny, I realized as I was working on this, I love the gold shimmer, but it just dawned on me, sure, I love the gold shimmer. I once had a Camaro, the same exact color gold. It was beautiful. Love that car. Paste and peel. Paste a little bit, peel up the transfer, do a little bit more, paste and peel it up again. This allows you to not have to work as quickly because I'm working with multiple color chalk paste on this project, and it is a rather large or a larger transfer with a little bit of intricate areas. It allows me to work at a slower pace. Do part of it and then wait, do another part and then wait. Do I have any more leaves up there that I have to hit? I just have this flower in the middle. I wanted this to dry a little bit first. So I have one more flower and I have the birds. And I think I'm going to do the birds before I do the flower. And I have this nice big squeegee for the birds. And let's take a look at my blues. And do I really want to use this ocean mist and the blue jay? My ocean mist, I think, needs a teensy bit. Oh, maybe it doesn't need water. Okay. I could also actually mix my paste together to make my own custom color. This is a brand new jar of paste that I just opened. I actually haven't stirred it, so let me do that real quick. Whoa. Yes, I guess I need to add a little water to this one. Probably not good to stir over my project. Let me get this out of the way a little bit here. Oops, right on my hand. I think I need a little bit more water. Maybe I'll make the bird blue jay and maybe put some of the ocean mist in the tail. I don't know. I'm very confused on what to do with that. I know what I'm seeing in my mind's eye for how I want it to look, but I'm just not quite sure how to get there yet. Okay, here to clean up my fingers again. Let's see what we're looking at here. Make sure this is down nicely. You know what? I think I'm going to make the bird one whole color. I've got an idea. And I just realized I didn't put on any color for his beak, or her beak. Whether you'd like to earn money beautifully or just save money on a new hobby, consider becoming a designer. Our designer kit is only $99 and includes over $175 retail value in products. And right now, we actually even have some additional bonus transfers. If you'd like more information about becoming a designer, please comment below with the word join, and I will send you a link to a no obligation video that explains the details about becoming a designer, and I'm sure we'll answer any questions that you have. To order any of the supplies I'm using, or to look at our full catalog online, please go to www.chalkcouture.com/kb. There you'll find additional information about Club Couture, where you could sign up for our monthly subscription package, our online catalogs, our Spring-Summer 2020, and our newly released Celebration 2020 catalog, and all our inks, paste, surfaces, and transfers, and even our accessories and tools. Okay, almost done with the second bird. Just trying to be a little careful around the beak to make sure I don't bump in or get any blue jay chalk on it. If I do, then I could just lift it and remove it with a wet paper towel, as you've seen me do often enough in this demonstration. And of course, I'll still need to chalk the bird's feet and the bird's beaks. Oh, I think the bird and the blue jay is very pretty, even if it is one solid color. Lift it a little bit up. I need a little cleanup, especially around the bird feet, and I have to go back and do their beak. But I think it'll all work well when I lay the transfer down for the second time. So while this is drying, what am I going to do for the beak? I do have an orange, but not really an orange. Let me think. Maybe the almond and a little bit of orange for the bird's beak. Got my orange. Do I want to do yellow? No, I think I'll do, I don't know. I need such a teeny bit. I think I'll do the almond and the orange. That should be easy enough to do. I'm going to press this flower down, get its leaves done, and the flower itself, and then I could pull up the rest of the transfer. Now I have a little bit of blue on here. We'll have to see how that comes through, if it impacts it or not. Well, I've definitely stepped out of my comfort zone on this project, haven't I? A little bit larger of a transfer than I normally use. Definitely many different color pastes, and a little bit more intricate, with just needed a little bit more finer detail there. But actually what I found is if you don't step out of your comfort zone, you don't learn. Learning is uncomfortable. That's part of the process. Embrace it. Enjoy it. And if I'm chalking and I make a total mistake, all I have to do is wipe it off and start over. I think that's one of the things I like so much about it is no harm, no foul. Easy to fix. I fell in love with this Always Flower transfer the first time I saw it in the catalog. I couldn't wait until I could order it. I just thought it's pretty, it's delicate, it has a great sentiment, and it has so much variety. You could take many different approaches to it. It would even look great in one color, maybe just white or shimmer gold or shimmer silver. Or maybe the flowers and leaves in greens and pinks or maybe reds, and the text and the birds in another color. I think I'm going to take another go at this at some point and do the birds in the shimmer gold along with the text in the shimmer gold. I don't know. There's so many possibilities here. I love having the flexibility of being able to try it different ways. Actually, when I first pulled up the transfer after doing the leaves and the flowers on the top, I thought, wow, I could use those flowers and leaves and mix it up with some other transfers. My mind's just racing for the possibilities. Okay, I'm going to take a break, go wash this transfer up, and come back and finish this off. Thanks for sticking around. I have rinsed this transfer. Oh, I tried a little bit on my way out. I had rinsed this transfer in the sink. I'm going to wet my surface a little bit just to make sure it does not stick because I'm putting the adhesive side down. And now I'm going to clean it. As you can see, the chalk paste has left some residual chalk on the other side, and I usually clean this first with a Clorox wipe. And depending upon the color the color chalk I've used, different chalks with a deeper pigmentation will stain the transfer, but I could remove that staining with a board eraser. I want to wet the board eraser and then gently in circles go over my transfer to remove any staining to the transfer. The staining, however, does not impact the usability of it. It's just aesthetically, so if you don't like the look on your vinyl and you want it cleaned up, just grab a board eraser, wet it, and remove any of the staining. Not all chalk paste colors stain, just usually the higher pigmented ones will have a tendency to stain your transfers. Okay, Okay, I'm not doing a perfect job there. Actually, the staining doesn't bother me in reality. So I'm going to get all the chalk paste off the top, then flip it over. I like cleaning my mat in between. And now the adhesive side up, I want to remove any of the lint. First, obviously, any chalk paste that might be there. And then the lint. And removing the lint rejuvenates the adhesive. Looks like I had a little green on the back there. Now, if you remember at the beginning, I use a fuzzing cloth to deliberately apply this lint or fuzz to the back of my transfer. If you don't have a fuzzing cloth or a fuzzing towel, just use a towel, that's fine. Some people use a sweater or their jeans or whatever. And the fuzzing towel is just nice because it has the other side, that's the microfiber. And it really does do a nice job of applying an even bit of lint to the transfer, as opposed to a towel, if you will. I still see some lint here I want to get off. Once you've cleaned your transfer, then you could set it somewhere to dry. But somebody stumbled upon this nice little method of drying it quicker and actually making your transfer a little bit stickier than it was. You know, we have so many uses and you will start losing the stick to the transfer, the adhesive. And this kind of like rejuvenates it. And all it is using the fuzzing towel and placing the adhesive side against the microfiber. This is my microfiber, this is my cherry. So I'm going to put the adhesive against the microfiber. Lift this up. This is my top. I'm going to place it like this. And then taking another fuzzing cloth, using the microfiber side again, putting it on top, and just pressing down gently to dry the transfer. And this does help this transfer dry quicker. Actually, cooking sheets are the perfect thing to lay your transfers on to dry. But this does make it dry a little bit quicker because you're actually pressing the moisture out of it, if you will. And what they found when they were doing this is the transfer became a little bit more adhesive than it had been before. So it kind of rejuvenates the stickiness while it's quickly drying it. And a lot of times when I go to pull up, you can see it's already starting to stick to the microfiber. So I need to set this somewhere to dry, to fully dry before I can use it. Ooh, it's stuck to my fingers. It's getting really sticky really fast. Here's my little pot that I lost the handle on. Oh, actually didn't lose it, it fell off, but this stainless steel pot has served its purpose. I don't know why I haven't thrown it in the trash yet, but it's a good little pot for me to wash my tools in. If you're not a member of my VIP group and would like access to additional videos and specials and special price bundles and some other things, consider becoming a member. There's no obligation whatsoever. All you need to do is comment VIP below and I will send you the link to the group. And And as a matter of fact, I have a live sale coming up shortly. And then on May 16th, I will be doing a Watts of Love live auction. Watts of Love is a company or an organization that Couture has partnered with, and they provide solar lights to communities in need, especially for more impoverished areas where a family relies upon kerosene for their lighting needs. It's expensive, the kerosene, and also dangerous. Lots of times children are injured or burned by carrying kerosene lanterns. So what Watts of Love does is for $50, they supply the family with a solar-powered light. It even has a strap, so it's easy to hang. It can be wrapped around, or the strap can be put around the head, so somebody could use it while walking in the darkness, or it could be carried by the strap. And this provides enough light that it gives the families, it saves them money on the kerosene, first of all, but it also gives the families more hours of light in which they could do other things. I was listening to someone tell the story of a woman who was making kebab sticks, and whereas she could only do it in the daylight beforehand for extra money, once her children were in bed, she used the Watts of Love light for additional lighting and could work on them a couple hours each night and made additional income for her family. By not having to pay as much for the kerosene, sometimes a quarter of a family's income just for their lighting needs with kerosene, they now have that money to save and possibly buy a chicken or a pig or something like that. And it's helping lift these families out of poverty. The organization Watts of Love also does training and educating to help these people understand what it is like to save, because most times they've never been able to save anything. There just wasn't adequate funds, and how they could save and lift themselves out of the position that their family's in. It's a real worthwhile organization, and again, that's going to be May 16th. Okay, so I need to do something. I need to do the bird's feet, which I'm going to do in almond, which I have here. And I need to do something with the beak. And I don't want the beak to be quite orange, but I don't want it to be white either. I want it to have a little bit of color to it. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of my orange peel. It's strange. I could swear I've used this before. Maybe I haven't. Okay. I guess I had when I was working on my snowman, I had to make my own orange. So I'm going to mix the two of these together a little bit for my own custom color. And I don't really have the fingernails that I used to have. Probably not the best way, but it'll get the job done right now. I have enough on this lid for what I need to do. Big time. I'm going to put that there. Sorry, I didn't realize this paste hadn't yet been opened. My fingers are going to be rainbow colored by the time I'm done today. Okay, and my almond looks like it's a nice consistency. I'm going to mix a little bit up with the orange. Oh my goodness, I definitely have too much paste here for two little tiny beaks. But I don't want it to be too dark. I just want it to be a little bit different from the almond. Oh, I think that might, well, maybe that's the right color. Right. there. Okay, that'll work, I think. Okay, so let's see if my transfer's dry. It might be I might be jumping the gun a little bit here. Let me get my table cleaned off. As I just stuck my finger into the lid of orange peel paste. That's great. Like I said, good idea to have a roll of paper towels handy, especially if you're clumsy like I am. Okay, I want to once again fuzz my transfer. Oh, this is very sticky. Whoa. So I need to do these leaves and the little flower that I garbled up. I need to do the beaks of my birds and their claws, feet, whatever birds' feet are called. Oh my goodness. And what else did I need to do? I think that might have been it. I think this is actually more sticky than it was when I started with it. Isn't that funny? So that little trick to rejuvenate your adhesive really works well. Now I'm going to have to lay this back over my surface that I've already chalked and get it lined up so that I've got the bird's beak and feet are in the proper place. It might take a little finagling. Oops, I just dropped it on itself. Unfortunately, the adhesive stuck a little bit, but it was easy enough to pull apart from itself. Okay, let's see what I can do here to line this up. Boy, I think I just had it here and I moved it. That might be fine. The beaks look like they're in the right place. The feet do too, except I realize I can't see it here, but I have a little bit of blue that really shouldn't be on the bird's feet. Just need to do the flowers there, the flower here, which means I need to clean this up. I need to clean the blue down here. So what I have is a little cosmetic stick that actually is pointy on one side and has a paddle on the other. And this is great for getting into the little areas that are difficult to clean or to make some little minute adjustments. I am filling up my water bottle with some more distilled water. I kind of ran through it pretty quickly there. This is a great mister. Delivers just the right amount when you're thinning down your paste. Sometimes I need to prime it a few times though, to get it going. Okay, I'm going to just wet my little tool. There we go. A little bit, because I want to come in here and remove the excess chalk paste that shouldn't have been there underneath my bird's body. Got rid of that little smidge. Oops. Getting this a little bit more here. Yeah, our paste goes on liquid but dries hard, as you can tell. It's almost scraping off here. I didn't let it dissolve enough. We have a new scraper that works on removing paste either dry or wet. Depends whatever you like, but it works great. Get the rest of that off. I don't see any shadow. Whoops, a little shadow here. Let me get rid of that. Obviously, I've got chalk paste on my frame. I'll clean that up later. But now I want to do the little feet and the beaks. So I need a real tiny. I wonder I could use my little mold for the beak. Oops, as everything hits the floor. Okay, my paste is starting to dry out here. Let's see how this works. Maybe I should spritz it. I think it was just the right color, but I left it sit a little bit too long, and now it's going to be a little bit too wet. So I'm going to have to wait for that to dry up a little bit. You scrape it all into a nice little puzzle to wait on a little. Okay, so that all let's sit. In the meantime, I will do the feet wherever I put my almond. Nope, that's cherry blossom. Where did I put the almond? Ah, right here. Right off my surface. So, do the almond. I'm hoping this shows up well on the white background board. I'm going to peel it up and see what that looks like. Oh, the feet are there. Okay. It's good. So, beaks are going to have to wait. Let me come back. Do my leaves over here while the paste for my beaks thickens up a little bit. And let me see what I had on the other side. I think I had made more sage than green. Or did I have it darker? I kind of want to make them look the same. Okay, a little bit darker. So, just a little bit of sage dabbed around. And then my darker green, the meadow. Almost missed that. Was I missing a flower somewhere else? Thinking I may have, I don't remember. No, I think all my flowers are there. Oh, I'm missing the flower down on the bottom. Right over here. Let me add that one in, and then I think it's time for the beak. Oh, I need a real tiny squeegee for that. I'll try that off. Okay, so let's see if I can get the beak in here in my made up color. I think that went well. Whoops. Didn't like dropping it. And I think I have the beak there fine. So let's see what we're looking at. Got the feet, got the beaks, got the other flower, and got the leaves and the flower there. I think I caught everything. I'll get it. Thank you. So, what do you think? There are always flowers for those who wish to see them. A little bit more lengthy of a project, but I think well worth the effort. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Take care, stay safe. Have a wonderful life.